Ladies and gentlemen, right now you are looking at the most underrated and most disrespected current champion in the UFC. I don't understand the hate that this guy gets. I really don't. I think he is the best champion fighter right now. Well, second to John Jones. And I think he beats everybody in his weight division. I don't think there is anybody that can stop him right now in the rankings. I don't think Shavkat, he has way too many holes. He leaves himself open way too much. If you see his fight against Goff Neal, you would know what I'm talking about. He was getting pieced up on the feet low-key, and I think Leon Edwards would knock out Shavkat or take him to decision. That sounds like a casual take, but I'm not a casual. That's what I think would happen, and I know that would happen. I don't think Belal Muhammad beats him. Hell no. And I don't think anybody else beats him. I don't think Ian Gary beats him. I don't think MVP beats him. Kamaru Usman already lost twice. I don't think JDM beats him, even though I think he might be the closest one to arguably being able to beat him. Him and Shavkat. And I think once he beats Shavkat, a lot of you will see that Leon should be respected. I don't think Islam beats him either. I think Islam is a great champion. He's the second. No. I said second was John. He's the third champion that I think is unbeatable. In his division, I don't think anybody can beat Islam. But if Islam moves up and fight Leon Edwards, that's a recipe for disaster. No one is beating Leon Edwards. I know this sounds like dick sucking. I know this sounds like glaze, but I'm not glazing. I promise you. I think Islam loses. I think his wrestling will be a lot for Leon, but I think that's really all he has. But I think the way that Leon has been looking recently, and I think the way that his wrestling has been looking, he took down Kobe, he held him down. I think, if I'm wrong, I don't know if I'm wrong or right, but I think he was one of the very few to take down Kamaru Usman, also defending against him. He took down, I already mentioned he took down Kobe Covington and held him down. I think depending on how his wrestling looks against Belal Muhammad, I can confidently say that Leon would beat Islam. I think he beats him up on the feet. I think the reach and his long limbs are too much for Islam. I think he beats him up there. And if it goes to the ground, which probably will, I don't think Leon gets submitted. I think he does good on the ground. I think a lot of you are over hating Leon Edwards, and a lot of you do not appreciate him when he needs to be appreciated more. I don't understand why not. He beat the greatest welterweight of all time in Kamaru Usman. Well, the second greatest. George St. Pierre is the first, obviously. And I know he cheated. Look, everybody cheats. What Michael Bisping say, if you're not cheating, you don't want to win. Kamaru Usman cheated before. Islam is a diehard cheater. I don't want to hear nothing about those daggies who's popping steroids and IV. I don't want to hear nothing about them. Them daggies is known for cheating. Leon Edwards will go down as the second greatest light heavyweight. Second greatest welterweight of all time. Just watch. He's going to retire, not undefeated, but he's going to retire with big names under his belt. And he's going to retire with a better resume than Kamaru Usman, who beat Jorge Masvidal, who beat Gilbert Burns, who beat Kobe Covington twice, and Tyron Woodley. I mean, it's not anything great. I mean, I don't want to dick suck, but it's not anything great, in my opinion. I think if Leon, who already beat Kamaru Usman twice, beat Kobe Covington, go on and beat Belal Muhammad, beat Shavkat Rakhmonov, and then beat Jack De La Hoya, and then beat Ian Gary if they fight, that's already a better resume than Kamaru Usman. In my opinion, already leagues above Kamaru Usman. And then I think he moves up to middleweight. And depending on who the champion is, I think he wins. Maybe I'm writing it too much right there. Maybe that's too far. But depending on who the champion is, he might win. But like I said, I think he's the most overhated champion in this sport right now. And I don't think a lot of people are showing him the respect that he deserves. Show Leon Rocky Edwards the respect that he deserves, because a lot of you are underestimating him. I get that he's a forgettable champion. I forget that he's kind of boring at times. I understand that. But that doesn't matter. We're talking about skill here. And I think in the welterweight division, he's the most skilled fighter right now. I don't really think anybody can stop him. And the more and more he fights, I think the more he's perfecting his craft and he's becoming unbeatable, right? I feel that if he gets his wrestling down, I don't think anybody can really stop him. I really don't. And Leon's not even my favorite fighter. I know you're listening to this like, oh, Leon must be your favorite fighter. You're casual. You're new to the sport. No, right? I don't really like Leon all that much. But I'm just throwing it out there. I think he's overhated and underrated. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with this, especially with my Shavkat and Islam take. But I'm ready to die on that hill. And if he does eventually fight them, then I think he wins. But if he loses to Bahil Muhammad when they fight, then maybe I'll delete this video because I'll be very disappointed. But anyway, peace out. Hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll be back at you with another.